Alright, boys, so I've been wanting to do this for a while now, ever since Battlefront 2, became a trend again, and we're hoping for Battlefront 3. I've been playing Battlefront 2 again. Make it a tier list on all the heroes slash villains here. I have good experience with this game. I've been playing this game since this came out. I played the first, I pretty much played every Battlefront in existence. Always been a fan since I was a kid. Always loved Star Wars. So I played every Battlefront. I played the first Battlefront. Now this Battlefront. I played it since it came out. Now, wouldn't say I've been playing it every day since this game came out for what it's been out for like what 7 years now or something like that. Definitely not. But when it first came out, I definitely played it for like 2 years straight consistently, where I was pretty much playing daily. I was really enjoying this game. But then obviously I kind of took a break from it when they stopped updating it. Obviously, because there's no more updates coming. I still enjoy the game. I'd hop on here and there, but like I was like, oh, if you're not getting updates, there's nothing motivating for you to play. But I still enjoyed it, right? And then this trend came back out for getting us to Battlefront 3, and now everyone's playing Battlefront 2. It brought me back as well. The lobbies are full again. That's another reason why I stopped playing. It was just hard to find a game. You're spending 20 minutes to play a 10-minute game, right? It's like you're waiting longer than the actual match. So that's another reason. But with this trend, now the lobbies are full again. I get a match instantly. It's been fun. You guys been seeing the streams. Y'all been seeing the videos. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I have good experience, and this can be a fun video to do. I think we should do more tier list gaming videos on this channel for sure. But yeah, I just feel like I'm confident enough because I played with a decent amount with all the heroes and villains in this game, so I feel like I actually have a good opinion. But just know before we get into this is just my opinion, right? I'm not basing this off what the community thinks or anything. It's just my opinion, who I play with and who I'm good with and who I think is really good. So we're gonna start with Anakin, and this is a good starter because I think he's actually really good for beginners. I think this is, if you like are just now getting into a game, this is someone you should try to get good with. I wouldn't put him exactly a S tier, but he's 100% a A tier, without a doubt, in my opinion. Very very fun card, and he has a nice insane combo. Right, you can use all three of his abilities in a row to get a nice little combo. It's where you pull, you spread, and then you do the dash. It's a very fun combo to do. If you can hit it and get all three of them to go, it's very satisfying. It's won me plenty of duels, for sure, using that combo. He has insane damage. His only weakness, I would say, is stamina, obviously, but I mean, depending on star cards you equipped on him, you can kind of help that. And two is that big dash attack. When you do that, that does leave you open for a big hit. Honestly, I don't even think that ability is a great, unless you're using it for the three ability combo. I don't use that. That's like the only time I use that ability is when I'm doing that combo. I don't just use that ability just to use it. If I'm in like a lightsaber duel, if I'm like in Galactic Assault or Supremacy, just trying to kill a random droid or whatever, obviously I use that. But like, if I'm in a duel, I never use that ability. I think that ability is actually buns, because it leaves you wide open for a hit. It could actually lose you a lot of duels, so you got to use that right. You got to use that ability right. But yeah, he's a good beginner. Honestly, I had a few friends I brought on the game Battlefront with me, and I told them to use Anakin as a starter. I think he's the best beginner hero to use, in my opinion, because he's also very easy to learn. He has the basic abilities, but he is very fun. Even if you're we're talking about outside of like hero modes, right? If we're playing like Galactic Assault or Supremacy, the pull in is very fun, obviously. So you can pull people into you, so they don't run from you. You don't have to keep chasing them. That's very fun to use. I love the pull in, because a lot of characters have the push, right? I mean, you have Yoda has the push, Obi-Wan has the push, even Darth Maul has the force choke that pushes you. But Anakin has the force pull, which is very fun and can help you, my movement wise. And now we got Boba. See, here's the thing with Boba. I know he's good. I seen good Battlefront players use him, so I know he's good. He can be good, but I am very bad with him, and we have to base this off of, like, I'm basing this off of what I think, right? Like, I know he's good, but like I am very bad with him. But I just know he's good, so I don't know if he's definitely not going into D. He's definitely not going to D without a doubt. Um, okay, this is hard. This one's actually making me think. Honestly, all right. I'm gonna put him at B. I'm gonna put him at B because he can be good, right? But like I said, this tier list is for me, and I barely use him. I'm gonna be honest because I'm so bad with him. But I mean, you can't put him under B just because of his jetpack. Just that mainly, right? That's very annoying. It's hard to get him. It's really hard to kill Boba Fett. as a Jedi, right? Like you pretty much need a blaster character. You're gonna have to use Leia or Han Solo or something. Um, Finn to kill Boba. Like if you go into a hero showdown and someone pulls out a Boba, you're called a loser in the Battlefront community because what are you doing, bro? You know it's gonna be annoying for the Jedi to come kill you when you're pretty much flying 90% of the time. We can't chase you. For that reason, he's very good. But and honestly, in like Galactic Assault or Supremacy, non-hero modes, I feel like he's just okay. Honestly, he's very easy to kill. I kill him all the time when I'm playing those modes. Like, obviously, you don't have a lightsaber to block stuff or anything, but like, so I know you can have the movement to move around. But there's honestly, I'd rather use like Captain Phasma or something more than Boba Fett in my opinion. But Boba Fett is so good. I can't put him under B because of his movement. And obviously has that annoying flashbang missile that you can't really see anything on your screen for like 5 seconds. It's pretty annoying. The radar is pretty nice. You can see where anybody's at, but like a few characters have ability like that. But yeah, so I don't think he's like top tier, but he's not bad. He's just right in the middle at B, and he's good. Bosk, woohoo, boss. I'm gonna put him right above Boba, if I can. There we go. Let me switch it. I'm gonna put him right above Boba. And the reason I'm putting him above Boba is I think he is a little better. Right? I think his mines that you can just lay on the floor, right? You can camp an area, just lay those down. So if anybody does push you like a Jedi pushes you, bam, it annoys them. But really, you have to put him at B just for his grenade launcher. You hit his grenade launcher. I can't believe this is an ability. You hit his grenade launcher, puts thermal vision on, so you can see, you have heat vision. You can see where everyone's at easily. And you can just spam a grenade launcher. That gets you easy kills. Very, very annoying. The reason, though, I'm not putting him at A, the one thing holding him A for me is it's just his normal default blaster he has. Right, you can kind of use it like as like a shotgun slash a sniper. That's kind of what his blaster is. And the shotgun, well, up close, he's pretty fun, but far distance, maybe it's just because I don't have the greatest aim with him. But I just hate how you have to wait a few seconds to get the full power to shoot. Right, I get it's a sniper. But yeah, I just don't like that aspect. Sometimes it's too slow for me when I'm sitting there and using him. I just don't like the sniper part of his blaster, which is his main gun. So that's like the main reason what's holding him back from A. But he is a very fun card. I think he's better in Galactic Assault and Supremacy more than he is in like hero modes. Obviously, like if you play like hero versus villains or hero showdowns, if you're gonna choose a blaster villain to use, you're most likely gonna go with Boba Fett, Captain Phasma, Palpatine, right? All those guys are better than Bosk in those modes. But yeah, I'm putting him at B. We got two B's right here, and Chewbacca. Whoo! Listen, Chewbacca is actually kind of nice. I think we're gonna get a second A here. Listen, and this might be crazy for some people. Like, no way you're putting Chewbacca over like Boba Fett and Boss. I know most of the Battlefront community is calling me crazy right now as you're watching because I know, especially Boba Fett is loved in the Battlefront community. But like Chewbacca, I think is probably the most underrated hero in this game. Because first of all, his slam that he has very annoying. For like Sith pushing you, like if Darth Maul or Vader's pushing you, very that you can stop them there. You also have the thing you can throw down the wires, the shock wires that electrocutes people. That's also very good. You also have you just enhance his bowcaster and make it better. But the thing of why I think he's underrated is because you cannot block his bowcaster. You just if you're using Darth Vader, Darth Maul, right? You like any of these guys, Count Dooku, you just cannot block his bullets. Is that like how is he not? You got to put him at A just because of that, bro. You literally cannot block this man's bowcaster bullets, bro. So when I'm sitting there, you have to hide behind cover, and you have to use your abilities. Pray that you have like Darth Maul where you can spin up to him, or right, like use your movement. But he can be very annoying because he cannot block him. And yeah, I think he's just very underrated in any mode: Hero Showdown, Hero versus Villains, Galactic Assault, Supremacy, either. I think he's just underrated in general. He's very fun. I actually started using him more. I even had him underrated, right? I never really used him. And then when I got back into it, my friend was like, hey, you should use Chewbacca this Supremacy game. I was like, all right. And I used him. I was like, holy cow, he's actually fun. So I'm actually going to start using him a lot more because I think he could be very, very, very fun. So, yeah, that's our second A there. I think we need to get a little prime here. Yeah. All right. Darth Maul. Don't even have to think about this, actually. This is our first S tier. And now, listen. I'm not saying he could be as good as Anakin or other, not Jedi willing, lightsaber willing characters in this game. But for me, he's just so fun. Again, you have to think this tier list is for me, right? We're not talking about damage or whatever, right? This is just for who I think is. I would rather use him, who I think is better. And I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I'm so good with Darth Maul in this game. I don't even know why. Because I know I could do more damage with Vader, and I know Vader's the most broken card in this game. But I would even 90% of the time, I prefer to use Maul over Vader if I have the options, just because how fun Maul can be. And I'm mainly talking about, I guess, Galactic Assault or Supremacy. For one, I put the star card on when I have 3 spins, so I'm just constantly have that crazy movement, right? The 2 dashes, 3 spins, just the movement alone is probably why my favorite part about him, his aspect of him, I guess you could say. I love his movement, how he can get around the map and just go on a kill streak. The lightsaber throw, is fun as well. It's not as good as Darth Vader's lightsaber throw, but it's still good. It still gets it done. I would say his biggest negative is his force choke throw. 100%. It's the ability itself is actually really good if it when it works, when it gets someone, because when you hold them there, it's a lot of damage from choking, and then you throw them. But the biggest negative about it is it's very buggy. It's like a 50-50 when it works. I swear, sometimes it's like the person doesn't even roll or anything. Like they don't move, and they just don't get the force choke ability does not work on them. I don't know what it is. There's at least maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know, but it's always been buggy for me. It's always been 50-50. It either locks onto the enemy or it doesn't. But when it does work, it's very fun. But that's as big as a negative. And I almost put him at A just because of that. But then at the same time, he is like my villain main. He's my main on the villain side, on the dark side. So if he's my main, I had to put him at S tier. Obviously, very fun to use. And yeah, I probably have the most playtime on any villain on him. Just love to use him any mode here. Darth Vader. And talk about Darth Vader. Again, S tier. I don't put him over Darth Maul. Like I said, Darth Maul is my main. What am I kidding? I don't know. I like Darth Maul better, but I know. All right, I'm doing this off of what I guess more likeness than who I think is better, right? I know Darth Vader is better. Darth Vader is probably the best hero and villain in this game, like technical wise, like what your ability is and what he does, the damage and stuff. But like, I still like Darth Maul better. I just said he's my main. But Darth Vader's still at S tier, so I might get hate for this. But still S tier. Obviously, lightsaber throw is better than Maul's actually. Very fun. I mean, the force choke was probably one of the most fun abilities to use in this game. The amount of times I've force choked someone and just throw and then just hold them off the map. Any mode, this ability is really good. In a lightsaber duel, it comes in clutch. Even if you're just playing Galactic Assault, you can just force choke like 5 people in a row and go crazy. And then obviously, probably the most annoying ability in this game is his bonus health thing he gets. That pretty much you have max health, and if you lose a duel of Vader, you're probably garbage. I'm sorry, and I'm not even trying to be mean here, but you're just garbage, and I'm not gonna be nice about it. You should not be losing lightsaber duels with Darth Vader. There's no reason to be losing a lightsaber duel with Darth Vader. So if you ever lose a lightsaber duel with Darth Vader, just know that you're garbage, kid. Yeah, you don't have to talk too much about Vader. He's broken. I think everyone in the Battlefront 2 community knows that. Now Count Dooku. This is about to be a very, very hot take. This is about to be a very, 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 very hot take. A B, and I'm putting him under Boss but above Boba. Now hear me out. I love Count Dooku, and I know people, hype him up, but I feel like his abilities are kind of buns. I'm sorry, they are. I think his biggest positive obviously is probably he gets 3 dashes. Nobody else gets that. Obviously that's an advantage. With a movement, definitely in duels you can get the extra dash against the other guy. You have the extra dash. You can get behind them. Because bam, they dash twice, you dash twice, but you dash a third time, get behind them, get a hit off, right? Just for movement wise, that third dash obviously comes in clutch. So just because of that, I know that's crazy, but because of that third dash, he can't be under B. But dude, his abilities are bun. Again, just kind of like Darth Maul's force choke push. Count Dooku's lightning is 50-50 for me. It's very buggy. I feel like it's like when hitting somebody, like they're just kind of standing there and just kind of walking. They don't really move or anything. I shoot it, and sometimes it doesn't strike them, and they just go on with their day. I'm like, okay. So that's one, and then you have the one ability. I don't remember all the abilities names by heart, but the one ability that when you hit it, it makes the other opponent's movement slower. Okay, I mean, it doesn't last that long. And if I see, you can, down Count Dooku does a whole little emote when he does it. So when you're versing him, you know when he's doing that, and you're like, oh no, I have a little slower movement now. Let me just wait back a second, or don't be too aggressive. Okay, and then you have his duelist thing, where you can, you swing extra faster. Now this is obviously my favorite ability out of his. But in my opinion, this is only good in like Galactic Assault or Supremacy when you're just versing like troopers or something, right? Like obviously, if you hit that, you can just you can kill 5 in like 5 seconds, bam, bam, bam. You just go really crazy. But in like honestly, in like a duel, I know this is another hot take. A lot of people like it in a duel. I think it's not the greatest in the duel. I think when you use this, if you just like hold there and block it, you're pretty much Count Dooku. You're pretty much like wasting Count Dooku's stamina hitting this. If you're versing a good opponent in a lightsaber duel, they know how to counter Count Dooku's lightsaber duelists. Like it's easy to counter, and it's honestly hurting you because you're losing a lot of stamina in my opinion. But yeah, I just don't think his abilities right. His character, I guess, like in the game, like is good. He does good damage. I like his movement. I like his stance. I like the third dash. Everything's good about this game, his character in the game. But his abilities are probably it's just buns in my opinion. So that's why I'm putting him at B there. Now Palpatine. Do I like him? He's an A. I'll say that. He's an A for me, but do I like him over Chewbacca? Yeah. I think I like him a tiny bit over Shabbat. He's just broken, bro. He just makes no sense. Honestly, I don't even know if he should be character. If they ever make a Battlefront 3, I honestly wouldn't mind if they just, kind of please give him a lightsaber if you make a Battlefront 3. Kind of do like Dooku, right, where you have the ability where he can use lightning here and there. Maybe you give him ability where he sprays the lightning for like 10 seconds, like he does in Battlefront 2, but it's only like a 10-second thing, and then you go back to the lightsaber. I think that could be cool, for sure, in my opinion. Yeah. And I'm saying that because because as you can see here, I'm having my A, so I really do enjoy him with this lightning. But I'm saying he needs a lightsaber in Battlefront 3 because he's actually too broken as this. He's a very annoying to verse. And then you have his Dark Aura ability where you just hit it, and if you're just standing by somebody, it damages them. Hello? What are we? Really, guys? Really? Who made this game? EA dies. Whoever made this game? Are we serious? We made an ability where you just stand by somebody and you can damage them? Who thought of that ability? Who actually thought of that ability? Yeah, and that's annoying. And then you have the ability where you can zigzag lightning. What? You can zigzag lightning, and then you have the ability where you can make them stun for a second if it hits them. What is this? What is this character here? What is this character here? This is broken. He's annoying in every mode, right? Galactic Assault, you go crazy with them. Even in like Hero Showdown, Hero versus Villains, with your movement, you can be very annoying, and you can just like he's just an annoying character, the verse, right? You just annoy people really. Maybe you're not getting like the full kills all the time. Maybe most of your kills are just assists, but hey, they still count, and he's very annoying. But yeah, very broken, but also very annoying. So just because he's annoying, I can't put him at S. I couldn't do that to myself. But yeah, very broken. And I think I still like Anakin a tiny bit more, which is why I put him under Anakin, but above Chewie. Because I think Anakin is just a good basic card. Like I say, I think it's just a good card that anybody can master. That's why I'm suggesting beginners use him. But we're not talking about Anakin. Yeah, Palpatine at A. Finn. Listen, man, I think Finn is honestly he's what do I want to do here? I think he's S. This is about to be crazy. I think Finn is honestly S. All right, and just hear me out for a second. Finn is S because one of his abilities is literally aimbot. Think about it. It's literally aimbot, and it just shoots like crazy. He can self heal. This is a very just basic card, right? Again, this is probably the beginner blaster card for everybody on the hero side of things, right? If you just come from like Call of Duty or anything, this is the character from you. It's just very basic. He does a lot of damage and he shoots his gun, and he has aimbot ability. He's not like he doesn't have any like crazy abilities that like stick out like Palpatine's Dark Aura, right, or like Darth Vader's Force Choke, but like. Dude, he's just a basic blaster. He's just a upgraded blaster character with a lot of health. A lot of health, and it does a lot more damage. He's insane. And he can zoom in with his gun. And you can see everyone very, very easily. Yeah, very, very broken. I know a lot of people are going to say this is crazy, and there's not much I can really say. But, like, He is ass. I don't care what y'all say. He's broken. I would say his biggest negative is though he doesn't really have any abilities to stop a Sith as well, right? Like if you're using Shabaka, you have the slam and the electric thing to stop somebody. Right? If you're using solo, you have the shoulder bump, you have the nade. So because of that, you know what? We actually have a change. I'm gonna put him at A now, just because I didn't think about that. This is why we talked this through. He is A. All right, he is A. Maybe I was being a little crazy, just because of his he does have that negative where he can't really stop like a Sith, right? Like he doesn't have that thing to prevent him. And I feel like every other blaster character has that thing, except him and Leia, I guess, are the two weak ones of stopping Sith. But then Solo could, right, with his nade and shoulder bump. Lando could, he could stun. Chewbacca could stun, he could slam. So yeah, just because he can't really stop a lightsaber wielding Sith, whether it's Vader, Maul, or whatever, I have to put him at A. So we have made it audible there, boys. We made it audible there. General Grievous. Num 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 num. Is he A? Is he A? Alright, we're putting him at B, but we're gonna put him at top B. And let me explain. For one, uh honestly, I used to be real I used to hate him because thinking about General Grievous, he probably actually takes the most skill on the villain side, in my opinion. Definitely with the lightsabers for sure. Because for one, he doesn't have the movement like everybody else, right? Because he doesn't have the force. So he doesn't like when you jump up, you don't like float down or anything, or like even like the dashes are a little like quicker and different. Right, is you just don't have the movement like everybody else in the game. So that's one, right? Your movement is totally different. Um, and then two, his stamina goes really fast. And even just like the way he hits his lightsaber is different. But once you can master him, he's actually pretty broken because he has some fun abilities, right? He probably like the most fun ability in the game, in my opinion, is probably his just crawl. You just crawl around and damage people, knock them down. That is very very fun. The amount of, like that's probably like my favorite ability to use on him. Probably the main reason I like to play him is the crawl. And then you got the dash attack, which is really good for like movement. If you're in a lightsaber duel and somebody's trying to back away, hit that, get closer to them again. Or if you do happen to hit them, that ability actually knocks them down too. So you can get another free hit off of that. And then his ability that I don't think is so great. I don't know what they call it. But it's when he just stands there and do all four lightsabers. That ability is buns. It's probably one of the worst abilities in this game by far. It leaves you open easily to get killed. All someone has to do is just dash behind you and start hitting you, because you also you move very slow in that. Definitely if you're versing like a Luke and he just starts using his dash, you're done for. You're not versing that. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And then Solo, ooh, where do we want to put Solo? I think Solo's S tier. He has to be S tier. I don't have him above Maul or Vader, but he's very fun. Right, he has very fun abilities. You have the nade where you throw down and you can just blow it up when you want, right? So you can place it, you can camp it somewhere. You can blow it up mid-air, right? You just want to throw it in the air, blow it up. Very, very fun nade. The best grenade in the game, in my opinion. And then you have the shoulder tap. This is very good to prevent you from dying from a Sith, right? If a Vader starts coming bum rushing you when you're by yourself, you're like, oh, nah, I'm going to shoulder bump you. Bam. It knocks them down. It gives you a chance. You can also roll away. It gives you some chances to get away from a Sith. And then he also has the one ability where you just, it's kind of like Chewbacca, where you just kind of shoot really fast. What's the thing? It's a better version of his. You're just enhancing his blaster, which is also good. So all three abilities, all three are good. Right? He doesn't have a bad ability. Has good movement. His blaster is very fun to use. Like I said, it's probably the best blaster character to use against a Sith in this game. Right? For sure. He has the most abilities, in my opinion, to prevent a Sith from just bum rushing you on the hero side by far. So you got to put him at S tier because of that. And then we got Item Versio. Where Item Versio, honestly, I think this is our first. This is our first C, bro. And the thing I hate doing this because I actually have fun with her. I really do have fun with her. But like I don't know. It's just there's a lot more characters I'd rather use over her. She's definitely more fun in like Galactic Assault or Supremacy. I think in hero modes like Hero versus Villains or Hero Showdown, she's not the greatest in my opinion. I mean, you could kind of do it with your thing, but like you have the drone that can shock somebody. That's your biggest prevent from dying from a Jedi. And then obviously her gun is pretty fun, her blaster. But like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. She's just okay. There's nothing bad with that. Like, not every character needs to be broken or anything. She is just okay. You have the shield you can equip on. Like I said, I think if we're doing the tier list just only on Galactic Assault or Supremacy, right? We're not counting the hero modes. She would honestly probably be at like B or A. I could definitely move her up, but just because of hero modes, I just can't use her in the hero modes. I don't know. My opinion, she's not great in hero modes. And even if I do play Galactic Assault or Supremacy, and I want to use a blaster character on that, like as you can see by the tier list, I still rather use like a Bosk or Boba, or Palpatine or something. You know what I mean? More than her in my opinion. So I put her at C. And then Kylo Ren, very very underrated, very 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 underrated. Um, I think I have him at A. I think I have him at A for sure. But I have him over Palpatine, Chewbacca. Not quite over Finn or Anakin. But very, very fun. Again, very fun abilities. Right, you have the freeze. He's the only character in the game that has that, obviously, and very unique. Very annoying as well. If you get frozen, you just get a free hit, obviously, or it gives you a chance to get away if you want to. Obviously has Rampage, where you're pretty much just saving your stamina. It's just extra hits, and your Kylo Ren just goes crazy. Auto locks for you too. Very broken. And then you have Pull, which also Anakin has. So the second character that has Force Pull in this game. Obviously, again, like I was saying with Anakin earlier, pull people towards you is obviously a very nice thing to have. So you don't have to, if they're trying to run from you, you don't have to keep trying to chase them. Just pull them to you. Gets you a lot more easier kills. And you can also pull people off maps and stuff, which is a plus. Yeah, very, very fun character. I don't think he's quite at S, right? Like I said, I'll still rather like use Vader or Maul on the dark side if I'm going to use a lightsaber character. But still very, very good. And he has to be at A. And then we got Lando, where dude, it's a C, and this might be a hot take. I know a lot of people like Lando, but he's kind of like, I don't know, he's not great to me, and he's kind of boring, right? Like, cause I feel like he's just a worse Han Solo, like in my opinion. I don't know how to explain it, but he really is. I mean, my favorite ability on him by far, obviously, is when you throw down the thingy or whatever, and then you hit it and it shocks anybody that's in that area. Obviously, that's very fun, but like other than that, that's about it. Like I said, the reason he's not at D is because that ability that can stop you from dying to a Sith, right? That's the prevention to Sith and stuff. So that's like that ability alone is saving him from going to D right now. But yeah, he's just I don't even know how to. He's just boring to me, honestly. And Princess Leia, I think is actually very very underrated. And I know I say that I'm still gonna put her at C. But what I'm saying that is she's the top tier C. Even though I put her at C, she's still very underrated. Now the reason she's at C is because she's night and day in modes, right? Like in Hero versus Villains or Hero Showdown, like hero modes, absolutely buns. Buns. She's just buns. There's not much you can do against a Vader with Princess Leia. But if you go into Galactic Assault or Supremacy, holy cow, is she fun. She is made for those modes, right? Because think about it, right? You have the nade stacks you have where you can just toss 3 nades, okay, right? You can easily kill clone droids or whatever in that Empire in that, right? Stormtroopers, like easily, right? It's just if a nade hits them, they're dead. And then you have her. Let's just talk about her basic default pistol, right? The pistol itself, very good aim. It shoots like in bursts. It shoots very fast, but it has a secondary fire to it, where if you shoot that, it shoots like a beam, where it can. Like her pistol is broken, and then you can switch to like a normal blaster where it's just a very fast like AR pretty much. And then the only character that has this in the for the heroes is the shield bubble. That's why I'm saying she's made for like Galactic Assault and Supremacy, because if you throw that down, you can't get shot, right? You can protect yourself from getting beaten if you're like definitely if you're playing like on Hoth. I say that because I play her a lot on Hoth. Like if I'm playing Supremacy, obviously she's in the original era, so she's obviously a option on Hoth. Like if you're playing like Hoth or something, that's very nice. You have that shield bubble is very very open, not much protection. Like I said, she's just made for those modes. But if she wasn't so bad in like hero modes, she would be higher. But she is so bad in hero mode. I don't know if I ever killed a Sith or anything using Leia in those modes. Like it's just so hard. But she's so fun in Galactic Assault and Supremacy. So that's why she's top C and very underrated. Need another sip of Prime. There we go. Luke Skywalker is easily a S, but where do I want to put him at S? Honestly, it's like I think I like him more than Vader and Solo. First, yeah, like I said, Vader I know is the most broken. Solo is a very fun blaster hero to use, but Luke Skywalker is just it just like Maul. They're literally I feel like they're like the same characters just on their side, right? Like they have a lot of the same thing. You have the movements, right? Like Maul has the spins. Uh, Luke has the dash attacks where he can move and it also hurts people. He also has the force push, which is obviously very fun. And get people away from you if you're about to die, or even if you're just playing like Galactic Assault, you get it's just a one hit kill. So like droids and stuff, and in the Force Slam, the only guy that has Force Slam in this game, um, comes in clutch all the time. And if you go in a group of like 5 droids, hit that, you're killing all 5 of them. Like I said, the movement of him, his ability is very fun, just like Maul. He's probably my second main. He's not my main on the hero side. We haven't gotten to that hero yet. But he's my second main for sure. Top two, I would say he's my top 3 of heroes slash villains characters I use by far. It goes Maul, Luke, and somebody else. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but yeah, very very fun movement wise and stuff. So yeah, he's S by far. I don't even have to explain too much. Obi-Wan, ooh, I think I'm gonna put him top A, and the reason why I'm putting him top A and not S is because there's one thing that's holding him back. But to go positive first, actually very very underrated, right? He has the most stamina in the game. If you use the right star cards, he can have the right most stamina in the games, which makes sense. He's the best defense of character in duels, like the best defensive duelist in the game by far, and that's actually like lore accurate. I don't if you don't watch Star Wars if you're just a gamer, but if you watch Star Wars, he is considered like the best defensive duelist, like in the Jedi Order and stuff, right? He's very safe because he's not great in the Force. He doesn't have the greatest Force abilities, so he had to really practice on his dueling, which made him a very good defensive duelist. And they added that in the game. He's very actually he's probably the best Jedi to use against Vader, in my opinion, because of how much stamina he has, and you need a lot of stamina with that Vader with stupid limited health. Right, you have the Force push, and you can actually charge it up, which is nice. I think that's pretty cool. You also have one of the most annoying abilities in the game, which is Mind Trick, where you just hit it and it takes all your abilities away. Right, so you can't use anything, which is another good thing about Vader. If you hit that, Vader can't use his bonus health. Like, let's say you get him to like one shot, use that ability, he can't heal himself, and then you finish him off. Right, he can't save himself with that health. So that's why he's also a very good counter to Vader. And then you also have like the dart. I don't even know what the name is it for it, but you like charge it with your lightsaber. But you're also still blocking. Very good movement, very fun ability. But if we're going into the negative, why I said he's not an S is because his damage, he just doesn't do as great damage as others, right? He's not doing the damage like Luke or Anakin, right? He just doesn't have that damage. But yeah, still very fun. I actually have him over Anakin because very very fun defensive, and I win a lot of duels with him. I probably play with him the most in duels, right? If I'm playing Hero Showdown, him and Luke, and somebody else. He's one of my top guys for sure. But I know I just named half of them. There's only 5 of them. But yeah. All right. And then we're going with Captain Phasma. Oh, she's. I know. I feel like am I putting too much people at S? So much people are just so fun to me. Um, yeah, she's at S. Do I like her more than Solo? I don't like her more than Vader. But do I like her more? I no, I don't like. The only reason she's not above Solo is because her basic gun sometimes has really bad recoil, which is kind of hurting her. But dude, I mean, as we know, she has the most broken ability in the game, which is just her turret. Place that down, nobody can get to. And if you play it right, nobody should be able to hit you as long as if you're inside that turret circle. Now, obviously, there's certain things you can do. You can just bum rush in there, take the hits, and then finish her off. Like I said, you have to know how to use her right. I know how to play Captain Phasma right. If somebody does that, you just rule and you play it right. You just got to do the movement right. But, or if you're using like Anakin, right, you can pull her to you. If you're using Obi-Wan, you can push her. If you're using Luke, you can push her. So there's still counters to get her out the turret area, but still very, very annoying. Very good blaster character to use in like Hero Showdown or Hero modes. Obviously, with that turret, she also has the staff, which is very underrated. It can get you a lot of kills easily, and it dashes you up. And then she also has bonus health, kind of like Vader's. Not as good as Vader's, obviously, but she still has bonus health, which is who doesn't want bonus health then, or get your health to go back up. Definitely if you're playing like Galactic Assault or Supremacy, and you're you needed some more health, you can't get some kills. Bam, 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 hit that bad boy. But yeah, obviously we know she's broken. Is she annoying? Yeah, but she's broken. And then my main. Here we finally got to her. I was trying to save for this. I didn't know when she was gonna come up. The person I use the most in Battlefront, I might use more than Darth Maul actually, which is Rey. So she's my number one in the game. Rey's just broken. I use her the most in duels by far. She's my favorite duelist, and obviously she has probably the most annoying ability in the game. At least one of. I feel like we said that a few times, but for sure up there for the most annoying, which is I don't know what the name of it, or is this one called Mind Trick and Obi-Wan isn't? I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever it's called. We all know what I'm talking about. The ability that makes you dizzy, makes your controls backwards, and you can't do anything. Yeah, obviously very, very broken. She also has the dash attack, which if you can get this off, obviously knocks your opponent down and gives you another free hit. And then you also have the ability where you can just see where everybody's at. That's more good for like Galactic Assault or Supremacy, where you can see where a bunch of people are at. I think the dash attack is more useful in that as well. But like she's just a very good duelist, good movement, good damage, good star cards. Again, if you can use her dash attack and her dizzying ability combo right, you can win a lot of duels like that. She's just the most fun to me. I have the most play time with her. She's my highest hero, leveling hero. On both sides, heroes and villains. That doesn't even come close, I think. Yeah, I just love to use her. And Yoda? Ooh. Where do I want Yoda? I think I want Yoda. Huh. I don't know. I want him. No, I don't have him over Kylo. We'll put him there. So Yoda's fun. Yoda is fun. Obviously, his biggest negative is he can die very, very fast. For sure. Definitely gets like a Vader. If the chances of you beating Vader if Yoda is very, very slim. If it's someone with really good damage. But, I mean, let's talk about the positives. He's small. He's a gremlin. Sometimes it's hard to see where he's at on the maps. To certain maps like Felicia or something, you can kind of hide in areas, which or Kashyyyk, right? You can like hide in a bunch of areas and surprise people. He also has the dash attacks, kind of like Luke, so you have good movement there. He also actually has self healing, and he can heal others as well. So he's a good support team player. And then he has the force push. But the biggest positive about him, he can actually hold on to Palpatine's lightning and throw it back at him. Right? He collects everything that's getting shot him. Whether it's just normal blaster things too, but like when you're holding the blocking thing, whatever he captures, he pretty much is going back, which is pretty dope. So he's a very good counter for Palpatine. I know we're saying earlier that Palpatine's one of the more annoying characters to verse in this game, and Yoda's a very good counter for him. Yeah, he's just fun. And I actually do got to use some more. He has good movement and stuff. But his biggest negative of why he's not in S is just his health, and he can die really fast. And in these last two are gonna be very quick because in my opinion, bam, D. I'll just put them both at D, and I can just talk about both of them because they're pretty much the same character. But I'll put BB-8. If we want to get technical, BB-8 is like 1% better than BB-9, I guess. It has a little bit better abilities, but these guys aren't great. They could be fun, but they're just not great, man. And honestly, they really aren't. Like I feel like you're crazy if you just choose one of these guys over anybody else on this tier list. If you have the option for anybody else, if you're choosing BB-8 or BB-9, you just want to be different, and that's fine. If you just want to have fun and troll and roll it around with a little droid, and shock people, and do whatever, do your thing, bro. Honestly, and then BB-9, another positive about him is you can aura farm. Right, you hit the smoke, you can have somebody walk out to smoke and aura farm. I guess that's about it there. But honestly, yeah, they both suck. They're both baloney, in my opinion. There, but listen, that's just my opinion. But yeah, this is my official Star Wars Battlefront 2 hero/villain tier list. I guess we'll just go through it real fast. S tier, I got Rey, Maul, Luke, Vader, Solo, Phasma. A, I got Obi-Wan, Finn, Anakin, Kylo Ren, Yoda, Palpatine, Chewbacca. B, I got General Grievous, Boss, Count Dooku, Boba Fett. C, I got Princess Leia, Iden Versio, Lando. And then I got BB8 and BB9E and D here. So this is my official tier list. Tell me, guys, what you guys think. Was I wrong on some, or where would you place others? Tell me in the comments. And yeah, this was a fun video. If you guys want more tier list videos, tell me also that in the comments of other games of just ranking stuff. Or maybe we can do another Battlefront one of like ranking maps, ranking abilities, right? Whatever you guys want, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed.